Hello everyone. Today we are discussing about another topic, and this topic is mensuration. Mensuration and geometry are two different topics because in geometry we study about the theorems and how to prove that this triangle is equal to this triangle, or this side is greater than this side, or this angle is greater than this angle. That is basically concerned with the sides and the angles. But when we talk about the mensuration, in your day-to-day life, everywhere you will see the portion of mensuration. Here we can talk about one dimension, we can talk about two dimension, and we can talk about three dimension. Now, when I am saying one dimension, that is only a single dimension. It can be the length of the body, it can be the breadth of the body, or it can be the height. So when we are talking about only one dimension, this is always given either in meters or in kilometers. It cannot be in meter square or kilometer square, and this side is basically considered as the part of perimeter. And when we talk about one dimension, it can be length, it can be breadth, it can be altitude, it can be height, it can be median, or anything which is having some length. Here we will talk about two-dimensional bodies. When I am talking about two-dimensional bodies, then this body is having some length and some breadth. When I am talking some length and some breadth, so rectangle is basically the first two-dimensional body which we start studying. After the rectangle, there are many figures which come into existence which are basically two-dimensional. They are all the quadrilaterals, which include parallelograms. Parallelogram is basically where two lines are parallel to each other, two pair of lines are parallel to each other, or we can say this rectangle, if we tilt it towards this side, it becomes a parallelogram. There can be a rhombus we can talk about. Rhombus, which is again a four-sided figure like a parallelogram where all the four sides are equal. There can be square, which is basically a kind of rectangle but having all the four sides equal. There is a trapezium. There are all the polygons having 5 sides, 6 sides, 7 sides, and so on. There is a triangle, which is again a two-dimensional figure. There is a circle, which is again a two-dimensional figure having the radius, or this portion is known as the perimeter. Here also, if we start from one point and cross the complete comes to the same point, then that portion is known as the perimeter. If in case we want to fence our house, then basically the use of perimeters comes into existence. Here also, when I talk about the perimeter, that if in case from this point A, I start walking and go to all the four sides and come back to the same point, then this is known as the perimeter, because this is a kind of the length. Perimeter in this case is the outer surface, and when we talk about the inner part of it, or suppose I say that I have to paint this wall, then this wall is basically the inner portion of this. Then this is known as area. There are two terms which are concerned with two-dimensional bodies, that is, one is perimeter and the second is area. Area is all the portions which are basically inside the body. This is known as the area. In triangle, this is considered to be the area of a triangle. When we talk about three-dimensional bodies, then there can be three different possibilities. One is which is known as the prism. Second is which is known as pyramid. And third is which is known as sphere. You must have read in your books that Earth is spherical in shape. So basically, when we talk about sphere, it is spherical in shape. That means it has the length, it has the breadth, and it has the depth as well. Or when we talk about the Earth that is spherical in nature, if we look at a football, this is spherical in nature. If we look at other things which are basically round in shape, having 3 dimensions, they are basically the spheres. When we talk about the prism, so these are basically formed by the 2-dimensional bodies only. If I take a triangle at the base and a triangle at the top and join them, then this body is actually known as the prism with a triangular base. This is the base. If I make another thing which is basically again the base are parallelogram or the rectangle, and then there is some height to it, then this is known as the prism with a rectangular base. Prism with a rectangular base is also known as cuboid. If in case we talk about this room, this is cuboidal in nature because it has the length, it has the breadth, and it has the height. So there are 3 parameters: the length, the breadth, and the height. So all the figures which have the base like a cylinder, 2 circular bases, and they are joined together, this is again known as a prism. But when we talk about the pyramid, this is basically having the same structure as the prism but having a bit of difference. There is a triangular base, there can be a square or a rectangular base, there can be a spherical circular base, and from the center we go to a point. If we join all the 3 vertex, then this body is known as the pyramid. Again, from the center, if we go to a height and we join all the vertex of the body which is at the base, is known as the pyramid with a square or the rectangular base. This is the pyramid with a circular base, and this is also known as the cone. This body, the prism with a circular base, is also known as cylinder. When the cuboid is on the square base with the same height as that of the length, then that term is known as cube. So the 3-dimensional bodies can be a prism like this, it can be a pyramid like this, or it can be a sphere. It has 3 terms: the length, the breadth, and the height. So this basically, for these 3-dimensional bodies, we talk about the perimeter. This we will talk in the higher classes. We talk about the area, and we also talk about one more thing, and that is the volume. In 2-dimensional body, there is no term like volume exists. While in the 3-dimensional body, there is a term perimeter, a term area, and the volume. While in the single dimension, there is only perimeter. So if there is 1 dimension, we talk about perimeter. Talk about 2 dimension, perimeter and area. Talk about 3 dimension, it is perimeter, area, and volume. Now, besides this, we should also keep one thing in mind, that whenever we talk about a perimeter, whether in 1 dimension, 2 dimension, or 3 dimension, it is always in either meters or in kilometers. It is not the square of a term. While if we talk about the area in the context of 2-dimensional body or area in the context of 3-dimensional body, this is always in either meter square or it is in kilometer square. In our geography books, we always see that what is the area of India or what is the area of Australia, and that is always given in kilometer square, or this can also be written as square kilometer. But when we talk about the volume, which is only there in a three-dimensional body, then the units are always either meter cube or it can be kilometer cube. It can also be centimeter cube. Whatever the unit is there, the power must be 3 because it is based on the length, the breadth and the height, based on all the 3 things. So when we talk about area, it is in squares. When we talk about the volume, it is in cubes. And when we talk about the perimeter, it is in single unit, either meter, centimeter or kilometer. In the next class, we will talk about the two-dimensional body and how to solve the question based on two-dimensional bodies, that is from triangle till the circle. Thank you.